Hello and welcome to the webinar. My name is Sandra Erickson and I'm the Community Relations Specialist with the AmeriCorps NCCC Pacific Region campus in Sacramento. Also joining me is Josh Bracken, who is one of our FEMA Corps team leaders. He'll be talking to us today about his experiences in the FEMA Corps program. So we are going to talk about FEMA Corps. We're also going to talk about AmeriCorps NCCC, or the National Civilian Community Corps. And both of these programs offer some great opportunities for people who are interested in being in the field of emergency management. So thank you for participating, and we'll go ahead and get started. So I want you to ponder these two questions, and we're going to get back to them at the end of the webinar. But if you could think about who you know that may be interested in gaining more experience in emergency management. So that could be you. Maybe it's you who's interested in gaining this experience, or it could be someone you know. And the second question is, how are you going to go about sharing the information that we're about to give you with them? So jumping into our agenda here, we're going to talk about what AmeriCorps NCCC is. We're going to talk about FEMA Corps, and kind of the difference between those two programs are the projects. So what do our projects look like in both programs? Then we're going to dive into the benefits. One of them is kind of the life after AmeriCorps and what that looks like. Basically, how can AmeriCorps and NCCC and FEMA Corps be leveraged to help people further their careers? And why should they be in the program to begin with? What are the benefits of being in a program like this? And how would one apply to participate? So let's start with, what is AmeriCorps NCCC? So AmeriCorps is overseen by the Corporation for National and Community Service, which is a federally funded program. So as you can see under AmeriCorps, there are three different branches, one of them being NCCC. So the mission of NCCC is to strengthen communities as well as develop leaders through team-based national and community service. And so within NCCC, there are two tracks. So there is the NCCC track, as well as NCCC FEMA Corps, or as we call it, just FEMA Corps. So NCCC specifically is a full-time program. You cannot have another job while you're in NCCC. I get that question a lot. People are going to be serving in this program for 40 to 50 hours a week, so it's pretty difficult to have another job. Our teams are made up of about 10, 18 to 24-year-olds. As a part of that team, there is also something called the team leader. And so this team leader looks after the health and safety of the members on the team. And usually they have a little bit more leadership experience in some capacity. So there is no upper age limit for this team leader position. I mention that because if you do research on AmeriCorps NCCC, you're probably going to see repeatedly that it's for 18 to 24-year-olds. But if you do know people that are over 24, or you yourself are over 24 and you're interested in doing this program, the team leader position can be an option for you. I also wanted to point out on this slide that the program is residential. And residential means that our members live on an NCCC campus for a month of training. Then they live with their team wherever their projects may take them. So we provide the housing for the members and for the teams the whole 10 months of the program, and it's at no cost to them. So when our members start the program and they're formed on these teams, they're based out of one of our 5 regional campuses, as you can see on the map here. So we have a campus here in Sacramento, California, which is the one that I work out of. We have a campus in Denver, Colorado, Vinton, Iowa, Vicksburg, Mississippi, and Baltimore, Maryland. And our headquarters is located in Washington, D.C. So depending on when someone applies to the program and which program they apply to, so NCCC or AmeriCorps, that will determine which one of these 5 campuses will be their base. So the regional campus is basically where a member is stationed when they receive that initial month of program training. And this is also where they return to in between their projects to debrief their experiences as well as to prepare for their future deployments. So most of their time, though, is spent in other places in the country within kind of that highlighted region. So our NCCC teams out of Sacramento, they would serve within those 10 highlighted yellow states. It should be mentioned, though, that for disaster projects for NCCC and AmeriCorps, our teams can deploy anywhere within the United States. So being that it is a team-based program, it's a lot of fun being a member of a team. I think it's a great and valuable experience to kind of live with a team of people around your age 24/7 for 10 months. You build a lot of skills in relation to communication and how to work with other people.